in Chicago. I had signed a lease and everything, y'all. Like, this was getting real. I paid a deposit. Like, I'm ready to go. And so then, I think it's probably like maybe 3 weeks before it was time to move. Maybe 3 weeks. I don't know how long it was, but it wasn't that long. Before it was time for me to like get up out of there. And I had always said like I do want to go to Atlanta because I was gonna move there with a friend, but then she decided not to. So then I was like, it's a little loud out there. But then I was like, okay, forget it. I'm gonna move to Chicago. But then my roommate at the time was like, girl, let's just go to Atlanta. Mind y'all, like I said, I had a job. I had 2 jobs in Chicago and an apartment. So I'm like, girl, what? She like, let's just move to Atlanta. And I'm like, okay. So I started looking for jobs in Atlanta, applying to jobs, and I interviewed for the job I have now. Well, not the position I'm in, but for the location I'm at now. And I did a virtual interview, and they hired me like the next day. So I'm like, bet. And so I'm like, okay, bet. Like, we going to Atlanta, fuck it. So, mind you, I had already accepted 2 positions in Chicago. So I'm wrong for this, but I kind of ghosted one of the people because it was fully in person, and they were so nice and so sweet, and I didn't know how to tell them that I was moving to Atlanta. So it was wrong. I ghosted them. And then the other job, it was fully remote. So except I had to like visit once or twice a month. So I'm like, okay, I can still work that job and then just fly out to Chicago and visit. Because I love the Midwest anyway. Like, I'm from the Midwest, so I'm like, it works out. I can go see family and stuff. So I told them, I'm like, let me just do my training next week, because at this point it was a week before I had to move. So I'm like, I'm gonna just train next week once I get to Atlanta. And they was like, okay, we'll have you train next week. So, and then I had to get on my lease too, and I feel so bad about this too, because one of the girls was my friend, and I had signed a lease with them, and they would not have bought a 4-bedroom apartment if I wasn't gonna move in with them. So I had to find them a different roommate. I found her on like a Facebook page to take over my part of the lease, and she did. So then I was like, okay, we out of here. So me and my roommate packed up our U-Haul and drove to Milwaukee, stayed the night in Milwaukee, and then we drove to Atlanta the very next day. It was a 16-hour drive, y'all. A 16-hour drive. It was such a long drive. And we had all our stuff in this U-Haul. And mind you, my roommate, she barely drives. So she probably drove like 4 to 5 hours out of that whole drive. So I was so tired. And then we moved out here. Mind y'all, we did not have an apartment. Like, I don't know what possessed me to move to Atlanta with no apartment. So we stayed with her sister for a few months. And then we ended up getting an apartment like maybe like 3 months to 4 months in or whatever. And my roommate, she didn't even have a job. Like, we moved out here, no apartment, no job, just vibes. Like, but it ended up working out because now I got promoted from my job, and we didn't have cars either, by the way. No apartment, no job, no cars. We were taking public transportation. So I say all this to say, like, just go for it. Like, really, if you want something and you feel like this is crazy, like, I shouldn't be doing this, just go for it. Just do it, because it all works out. Now I got my own apartment, I got my own bed, my own car, and I love Atlanta. So yeah, that's just a story time how I got here. I've been here for 2 years now. And yeah, if y'all have any questions about Atlanta, let me know. Well, when I moved out here, I moved with my roommate, but she ended up moving like 6 months to us being out here. She moved to Albany, Georgia. So I was kind of out here like by myself. I ended up moving in with a friend from high school, but he was a guy. So I was like going out by myself, like just trying new things. So if you're out here by yourself,